And take 20. Hey, guys.
Can this bubble get any smaller?
I don't know. We've been in here a long time. I'm Ryan. I'm back for this video. Dave kindly took you through the first two video introductions to our sheets. Thanks, Dave.
You're welcome. He was on the other kind of sheet.
Ooh,
the
nice.
Curling sheet? That's
nice
a little
segue.
curling lingo.
I am a curler, yes. And I was curling in July, funny enough. But I'm back now, ready to do another sheet. And the sheet we're going to show you today is all about PPC and metrics like your break-even bid and how to calculate things like ACoS and use your campaign manager metrics to get some valuable information.
Yeah, it just allows us to get a better feel for PPC. You know, when you're starting out, some of you guys might be managing your own PPC and it's super overwhelming and, you know, you can't manage it if you don't understand the numbers behind it. So we think this calculator breaks everything down nice and cleanly and gives you a feel and understanding for what your numbers are doing.
Cool.
Let's dive in. Don't forget to close our face.
There we go. See you later. So this is the PPC calculator. It's broken down into several kind of mini calculators, and we'll start up here on the left-hand side. So these are your product metrics, and you have to put these metrics in for the rest of the calculator to work. So we'll go through what's required here. The first thing are your landed COGS, or your landed cost of goods sold. This is a number that you should already know based on the product that you're selling.
And if not, we do have an Excel sheet for it. Speaking of Excel sheets, one thing to mention here too, you might notice these have titles here. So our older version, it works identical. It's the exact same sheet, does the same math, but it doesn't have these pretty titles. For the people that sign up for lifetime updates, you obviously get these, and the other ones just, you got to know what you're calculating, but this will at least tell you. So yeah, the landed COGS, sorry Ryan to cut you off, remember, landed COGS, we have a sheet for that as well.
Nice upsell, Dave. All right, so let's say our landed COGS for this product are $8. The next thing to put in is your fulfillment fee. So this is your FBA fee. You can find this in Seller Central if you go to the Inventory tab and click on Manage FBA Inventory. For any particular SKU, you can look across to the second last column here, and it will say, for here, a $6.28 FBA fee. This is the one that's based off the size and the weight of your product. So we'll put here $6.28. Next, we'll put in the referral fee. This is a certain percentage of your sales price. It's based on the category that you're selling in. I believe for most categories, this is 15%, but just double check that what your referral fee is for your particular category. The next thing is the price that you are selling at. Let's say you're selling at $34.99 for this particular product. And there you go. You get the calculation of your unit profit. So your unit profit is your price sold minus your FBA fees minus your landed COGS. So that leaves you with $15.46 to kind of play around with. Now you can either pocket this money, but you can but often we have to spend some of this money on advertising. And so this $15.46 that's a weird way to say it. This $15.46 represents 44.2% of your sales price. And so that's actually your profit margin. Or you can also say that's your break-even ACoS. If you're running advertising and you have an ACoS that is running at 44.2, you are running at break-even. Essentially, you're taking all of your profit and you're putting it all into advertising and you're not getting anything back. If you're running advertising at below your break-even ACoS, so maybe something like 30%, you're making profit for every unit sold. And if you're if your advertising is above your break-even ACoS, then you're actually losing money on each product that you sell at that ACoS. So this is an important metric to know. You probably either know it already or have heard it, so this is a nice way to calculate it.
And what's kind of cool too is that you can just go ahead and see what a price change does on your bottom line, right? How much does it affect your unit profit? So if you go to change it to, let's say, $29.99, you can see that your profit, you're going to obviously lose that $5, so it's $11.21, and that takes your profit down to 37.4%.
Yeah.
Right. Same thing with an increase, obviously, $39.99. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, pretty nice, 49.3. The good thing is that your FBA fees here, it'll update on the sheet because it will always say 15% of the sales price to calculate your referral. So it's a live sheet. For the demonstration, we'll continue with $34.99. And we'll talk about a break-even bid now.
So this is a really important number to know as well. So what we know is the conversion for a particular keyword might be, say, 10%. So if you go into your campaign manager and you see that a keyword converts, for every 20 clicks, you get 2 sales, so a conversion rate of 10%, then you can type that number in here, and that tells you if you were to bid, or not bid, but if you were to pay $1.55 per click on that keyword, then you'll be essentially running at break even for that keyword. So this is your break even bid is $1.55. And how that's calculated is if you're converting at 10%, then you need 10 clicks to get a sale. So if you take your profit, which is $15.46, and you divide that by 10, you get $1.55 per click. Now, if you have a lower converting keyword, let's say you have a keyword that's only converting at 5%, then your break-even bid is going to be half. So if you want to break even on this particular keyword, you could bid 77 cents. The other way, sometimes you have a keyword that you are converting very, very well on, maybe you're very relevant for that keyword, and let's say you're converting at 25%. It might surprise you to know that you could bid $3.87 and still break even on that keyword as long as you're converting at 25%. So this is just really good to know if you're diving into your PPC and your keyword bids after getting some data after a few weeks, you can start to optimize your bid based on the break-even bid for that particular keyword.
Yeah, and as Ryan says, you do need some data. So when we do like product research, what we'll either do is we'll just use some historical data from other similar products that we already have. You get a feel for it, anywhere, let's say 10 to 18 to 20% conversion. And it allows us for our product metrics, for the products that we're considering launching, to get a feel for, well, how much can we actually bid? Like, what is the competition like on that keyword? So some very competitive niches might have a very high cost per click. And if we see that even at a 25% conversion, because let's say if we're just planning on selling it at $21.99, right? Even at a 25% conversion, we can only afford $1.10 click, right? So, and if the average cost per click or bid on that keyword is, let's say, $3, we might not be profitable with this product. So even in product research, we like to get a feel for the break-even bid, and we use this calculator to do that. All right, for the demonstration, we go back to $34.99. Alrighty, so let's go over to the right side now. And the right side is basically using your numbers from Campaign Manager. You can put in your actual ACoS. So let's say we'll say we had 34.7%. Then it'll tell you right away, based on your product metrics that are entered on the left, how much profit you made on that unit, right? So here we made a profit per unit of $3.32. If that ACoS goes above this break-even, remember, that's your break-even point. So let's say we have an ACoS of 50%, you can very quickly see that you lost $2.03 per unit. Now, depending on what strategy you're doing, or what phase of your product cycle you're in, whether it's launch, or a relaunch, then you might actually say, okay, I'm okay having an ACoS that's a bit higher, but it would still be nice to know, well, how much money you're losing. So let's say you're running really hot at 80% ACoS. You got to know that you're losing per unit $12.53. And that might be worth it for you to invest for ranking purposes, but this calculator at least allows you to make that informed decision. Okay, and for this next section here, we're going to take the numbers straight from Campaign Managers. So we'll show you where to get those. What we're going to need to jot down is the cost per click, the number of clicks, and the actual sales or revenue. So let's go find those in Campaign Manager. Okay, so we go to our Campaign Manager here. We have all the metrics up on top. You can always go to Add Metric. If you don't see Add Metric here, just click an X. That'll close it. And then if you click on Add Metric right here, it'll open up another window, and you get all of the metrics that you need. So the first one that we needed was our cost per click, so $1.63. So we'll go back and we'll enter that. Then the number of clicks, we had 344. And the actual sales, we got 1714.53. So what the calculator will quickly show us is our actual conversion, 14.2%. What's super interesting is that Amazon actually doesn't tell you on Campaign Manager the conversion.
Interesting or annoying?
It's super annoying. And we don't even understand why, because it's, in our opinion, one of the most important metrics, right? You want to make sure you're relevant, it's converting well, you're not hurting your unit session percentage, all that stuff. So we quickly calculate it, and you can put in these numbers based on the overall campaign or also on an ad group level. So the nice thing is it'll break it down. Okay, we're currently converting 14.2%. Required to break even at these numbers with this cost per click is actually only 10.5%. So we can actually go ahead and show you that backwards. If we type in here 10.5% conversion, we'll see, $1.62. That's our break-even bid. And as you see here, we are running at $1.63, right? So that's just a slight difference due to the decimals rounding. Click limit to break even. This is something Ryan and I put in just for us to get a feel, once again, for our product. How many customers are able to click the ad before purchasing it for us still to make a profit, right? So 9 clicks essentially, and then we got to get a sale out of those 9 clicks.
Totally a micromanaging thing. When you're in Campaign Manager, halfway through the day and you see you've gotten, already 12 clicks without a sale and you're like, I should get a sale after 9 clicks. Of course, there's an attribution window with sponsored products ads of 7 days and brand ads of 14 days. So you have to wait for those conversions to come through for those orders to be attributed. But we still like to follow it in real time because why not?
Why not? Yeah. And to be honest, it's just also to get an understanding for it, right? Like how likely 9 clicks. And after a while, you get to get a feeling for your campaigns and stuff. And you see how many clicks you normally need. So this one is 9 clicks to break even. Using these metrics right here, we actually make a profit per unit that we sold on PPC of $4.02. Okay, so now the last thing to calculate here for us is an ACoS calculator, right? To calculate ACoS, there's different ways.
So the most straightforward way, and the way that you might be familiar with, is to take your spend on PPC for whatever time window you are looking at, and divide that by the sales that were generated from PPC for that same time window. And that'll get you an ACoS, as Amazon shows here, of 32.79. Now, we have another way of calculating ACoS, and we'll explain why we do this. So let's put in the 2 required fields here. So cost per click, let's again put in a cost per click of $1.63. And let's put in the conversion. So the numbers we were just looking at came to a conversion rate of 14.2%. So if I put in 14.2% conversion, it says our ACoS is 32.8, which now matches up with 32.8 here from Amazon. But what this calculator allows us to do is to play around a little bit with the numbers, because we might have a cost per click right now of $1.63, but maybe we want to start reducing this and maybe take 10 cents off of the cost per click. But we want to know what that's going to do to our ACoS. Is that going to make a big dent in our ACoS? So let's see what this will do. If we reduce our cost per click by 10 cents, we can see that's going to reduce our ACoS by 2 percentage points.
Yeah, assuming that the conversion stays the same, right? So PPC is also, obviously very, very fragile. A change of bid might affect your placement, might hurt your conversion. But it allows you to get an understanding for what's happening. You might also say, hey, right now I'm converting really well. It's $1.53. What happens if competitors come in and my conversion drops a little bit to 9%? Am I able to still stay profitable? Then you put in 9%, you see your ACoS would be 48.6%, and that is above your break-even ACoS, right? So it gives you the tool to very quickly get an understanding of your product metrics and allows you to play with different scenarios to see what would actually happen to my ACoS. And then the very final thing on this is once you have everything up and running, most of us know our actual TACoS, right? So the total advertising cost of sales, that's where you just take your PPC spend and you divide it by your entire revenue for that time period. And if you put in right now your actual TACoS, let's say we're running at 9.8% TACoS, you enter that in here, it'll tell you that this product right here has a return on investment of 150%.
Did you know that 9.8 was going to give 150? It's a nice number.
It's a nice number, yeah. As if I could do mental math that well. The reason why we built a calculator is because we don't like mental math.
What's 10 times 2?
I don't know. All right, guys. So that's it. It's a quick walkthrough of our PPC calculator. Play with it a bit. If you guys have questions, write us in our Facebook group and check out our other highly professional YouTube videos with other explanations.
Great first video with both of us, I'd say.
It only took 7 takes. All right, guys. See you.